Hey everybody, welcome to my stock trading tips. And in this channel, what I would like to do is simply share some of the information that I've learned over the years as I've continued on my journey of trading stocks. Now, I've been in the stock market for the majority of my adult life, my professional life. So that goes back to like 2002, 2003. That's when I really started getting interested in the stock market and putting money to work in there. And there's a lot that I've learned along the way. I've been trading that long, but that doesn't mean I've been successfully trading for that long. Okay, so I have gained consistency in the stock market with my trading. So I feel like now I'm at a point where I can share some of what I know. I've had a lot of questions from my own personal friends, and so I figured the best way to answer those questions would be to just create a series of videos where I go through and just share my knowledge. Now, I am not a licensed financial advisor, so if you ever have questions that really are geared towards that type of advice, you won't be able to get that from me. I'm not going to give you advice. As the name of the channel suggests, these are just my stock trading tips. This is stuff that I do. Okay, so I'm just going to share with you things that have worked for me. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. You can take what you learn from me and do what you will with it. So that's my little disclaimer. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into it. This first video is simply going to be my principles for trading. Okay, this is information I share with anybody who asks me questions about getting started with trading. So the very first thing is, it's very important, and maybe you should do this. You should go get a mirror. So go to the bathroom, look yourself in the mirror, and you need to be able to say, whatever amount of money that you plan on putting into the stock market, you need to be able to say that you are 100% comfortable with never seeing that money again. If you cannot say that, then you do not need to put that money in the stock market. That is, I told a buddy of mine that just the other day, and he went crazy. He was like, what are you talking about? No, that's the reality of the situation. The money that you put into the stock market is not insured the way it is in your savings account. There's a very good chance that you'll lose money in the stock market. If you ever come across anybody who says they have never lost money in the stock market, you need to run, because they're lying, okay? There's a very high likelihood that you will lose money in the stock market. So you need to make sure that whatever money you put to work in there, you can afford to lose it. Here's another, I wish I could see the faces of some of you who are looking at this right now. The second principle is related to the first one. You need to make sure you're only trading with your own money. I wouldn't suggest, trading with your mom's money, your auntie's money, your dad's money, your best friend's money. No. So I'm going to talk about these first two principles together because they are related. Number one, if you can't afford to lose that money, chances are it's not your own money. And here's what I mean. If you can't afford to just say goodbye to that money, chances are that money belongs in your savings account. That might be the only money you have. So it's not your money. It's future. It's money for your future. Okay, so that's one way to think about it. If you can't afford to lose that money, then perhaps that money is for your mortgage. Perhaps it's for your kid's college fund. Perhaps it's for your rent, your car payment. It's not your money. That money it already belongs somewhere else. If you trade with money that does not belong to you, then fear is always going to be a factor in your decision making as you trade. This is my own personal experience. Along the way, as I do these videos, you will start thinking, well, this guy, he's a big dummy. How could he make that decision? It's all right. It's all good. I can hold my head up high because some of the dumb things I did in the past, they have allowed me to be successful now. But I'm sharing this with you so that you can avoid doing some of the dumb stuff I've done. One of the dumb things I did was I borrowed money to get started in trading. Okay? I borrowed a decent amount of money. Now, it was a calculated risk. If you know me, I'm all about calculated risk. I don't just do crazy stuff. My wife and I had a certain amount of money that we were going to start saving anyway. I decided, well, hey, we could accelerate that whole saving process by getting this loan. It was low interest. We'll get the loan. The money we were going to go ahead and save every single month, we'll send that to the loan, and it's all going to work out because I'm going to put that loan money to work in the stock market. I'm going to make a killing. I'll at least double it. It's going to be fine. Oh man, it didn't work out that way. All right, I lost. I don't think I lost all of that money, but I might as well have lost all that money. And I created a bill for us. I created debt. So the money that was originally just going to be going to our savings account and be saved, that money had to go to the loan and pay the loan off. So when the loan was finally paid off, the savings wasn't what it needed to be. A lot of the times, the reason why I was losing money with that loan money was because it wasn't mine. I could not afford to lose it. So if I bought a stock for $50 and then it dropped down to 48, I'm losing money. Oh my goodness, panic starts to kick in. Fear starts to kick in. Those emotions are real when it comes to trading. They are ever present. And if you are trading with money that you can't afford to lose or money that doesn't belong to you, then that fear will devour you. It will eat you alive. And that was my experience. So if you get nothing from any other video I put out there, at least take those first two principles to heart. Only trade with money you can afford to lose, and only trade with your own money. All right, if you're still with me, then we'll move on to number 3. Number 3 is really important. You must have a strategy. You need a trading strategy. Think about the stock market as the ocean. You go to the beach. If you just sit and observe people at the beach and you observe the water and the waves and the action going on, the ocean doesn't want us in there. Those waves, when you try to walk, you're walking in, you see people walking down the beach and they're starting to get into the ocean, the waves are constantly pushing you back. It's kind of like, hey, you don't belong here. This is just a friendly warning. You might want to stay up on land. It doesn't want us in there. Well, if you decide to venture in, you need to make sure that you are able to survive it. You got to make sure that you know how to swim. You have to make sure you understand what to do if there's any kind of current. You need to understand, okay, I need to swim parallel to the shore here. You've got to know what you're getting yourself into, because the ocean was not made for you to be in it, all right? It's not a tame environment. It's not a calm environment. Even those places that look nice and placid, it's not. There's stuff lurks down beneath. And if you don't have the skills necessary to survive, then bad things can happen to you. You can't go into the ocean. You shouldn't go into the ocean if you don't know how to swim. You shouldn't trade stocks, attempt to trade stocks, if you don't have a strategy. The stock market was definitely designed to help people gain wealth, but it's not a nice, calm environment. It will toss you all over the place. If you don't have a strategy, you're going to drown. During these videos, I will share the strategy that I've been using that's helped me develop some consistency in trading. Like I said, you will lose at times in the stock market. The goal is to make more money than you've lost. And I've been able to do that. And so I'll share that strategy with you because it costs me nothing to share that knowledge with you. All right? All right, so those are the three. Now, the last one is simply, you must set a goal. Now, that's a universal piece of advice because anything you do in life, if you're trying to accomplish something, you should have a goal. You cannot measure success or failure if there's no goal. Okay, so if you're in the stock market, you have a strategy, you're trading with money that you can actually afford to lose, well, then you need to make sure that you have a goal. Otherwise, and when I say a goal, for me, that's just a monetary goal. I have a certain amount of money that I would like to make in a year. So that's my big goal. Then I have a certain amount of money I would like to make on each trade, minimum. I'd like to make a certain amount on each trade, right? So those goals keep me focused. If you don't have a goal, you can easily succumb to greed. That has happened to me. I've had days, especially when I was first starting out, really, I was day trading in 2008, 2009, and beyond that. But there were days where I'd made, still on paper, $1,000. Okay, so when I say on paper, it just means whatever I have bought, it has gone up enough to where on my screen I see that I am plus $1,000. You don't make money until you sell your stock. So it's just, it's play money at that point. It's virtual money. Okay, so I had made $1,000, but because I made that money so quickly, so early in the day, there have been times where I've made $1,000 in 30 minutes. And then you have the rest, you have hours, you have the rest of the trading day ahead of you. Well, because I did not have a goal, then I succumbed to greed. And I said, well, shoot, if I've made $1,000 so easily, I've got more time. Let me see if I can make $1,500. Let me see if I can make $2,000. I will tell you this. There have been, and it's so sad. Saying this out loud is so bad. This happened to me multiple times where I am positive on the day, but because I've gotten greedy, by the time the day is over, I have actually lost money. Greed will get you when you are trading. If you don't have these principles in mind, and especially if you don't have a goal, a monetary goal that you've set for yourself, then you're the captain of a ship that has no rudder, no steering. You're at the mercy of the waves. So make sure you set a goal. All right, quick recap. Only trade with money that you can afford to lose. Only trade money that belongs to you. Make sure you have a strategy, a trading strategy, and make sure you've set a goal. Next time we'll take this to the next level, and we'll explore some other topics in when it comes to trading, especially getting into the strategy. All these videos you will not sit and watch me. After a while, I'll move to the screen and start getting into charts and whatnot. My plan is to share with you some trades that I've actually taken, some that have worked out, some that haven't, and I'll kind of analyze those trades, and perhaps that'll help you gain some insight and help you with your own decision making. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I've just found something that works for me. I've achieved some consistency in the stock market. I make a lot more money than I lose now, and I feel like now I'm in a position where I can share that knowledge with you. Hopefully you like this video. If you have, go ahead and click that like button. Also subscribe, because like I say, I'll make some more videos. I'm just trying to gauge the interest here, and definitely I would love it. I like talking about this stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions in the comment section below. You can also email me if you'd like at mystocktradingtips@gmail.com. And I will definitely, if I don't respond to you directly, perhaps your question would lead to another video. So I hope to see you in the next video. I'm not actually going to see you in the next video. I hope you see me in the next video. Have a good one.